Very lovely young lady that's going to be talking to us in just a sec. But our American dreamers are all just showcase their stories and products of their American dreams. If you ever created a product that you love and you want to share it with somebody, well, we want to hear from you. If you want to learn more about submitting your product, you can go to American Dreams. But we love this. You never know, your product could be our next great seller. Our special guest is Kimberly Jung. She's here with us from Rumi Spice. Now, let me tell everybody your story a little bit, and then I'll let you do it first. But you were on a military tour in Afghanistan. Yep. She saw women and farmers struggling to farm saffron, which of course is the world's most expensive spice. We call it the queen of spices. Wanting to economically empower the Afghan farmers and women, Kimberly, along with a group of veterans, created Rumi Spice to bring authentic Afghanistan saffron home to you. What an amazing story, first of all. Love it. It's my absolute favorite spice. You know, a lot of people know about saffron. Some people don't, but it is absolutely amazing. Quickly tell us your story, if you don't mind, in like a minute. I know that's tough, but how you got started with this whole thing.
Thank you so much, Guy. It's really great to be here. My co-founders and I all served in the military, and we all are combat deployed to Afghanistan. While we were back there, we found these farmers who were trying to farm saffron, and they're trying to sell it to the local international market. Unfortunately, they weren't able to do that. So we found that by connecting farmers to the market, we're really laying a foundation for peace in a way that other people haven't been able to do. So it's economic empowerment. And the thing that we found is that this saffron is some of the best saffron in the world.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is so, it has the most amazing aroma. We're gonna show you, let's show everybody what they're gonna get when they order Kimberly right here, because a little bit goes a long way with saffron,
absolutely goes a long way.
So let's show everybody. So how much exactly do we get of the saffron inside here?
So you get 2 grams of this amazing saffron, as you can see. So this is some of the best saffron.
Look at it.
Here you can see the deep red threads. You can smell it. I wish you guys could be here to smell it. It's amazing.
It is. There's nothing on earth that smells like it. It's almost like truffles. We talked about truffles earlier. And you can use it, guys, again, in a variety of dishes. Everything from breakfast, from lunch to dinner, entrees. You can use it in desserts. You can use it in baking. It is one of the most versatile spices out there. Let me quickly tell you, before we take in a tour of all the fun things we're going to make, that I have 360 of these to go around for the entire country. This is award-winning. It's been rated #1 year after year after year across the continent. It is amazing. So first thing we're going to do is what? Saffron risotto.
So we have a saffron risotto, and this is a traditional dish that's been made in northern Italy. So we here have some saffron that's been steeped in some stock.
Okay.
And so we're going to add it to the pan here.
And we've already kind of cooked our rice a little bit and gotten it to the point where it needs to be. And then we add that in.
So see the golden, beautiful color, and that's all from the saffron itself.
Okay. And then we mix, and the scent, oh my gosh. I know Shannon is sitting over there and she's being very patient. Eventually she's gonna be coming out here because I know she is absolutely dying to try this. I had mentioned to you, you can use this in seafood, you can use this in meats, you can use this in baking, you can use it in cookies, and
Cookies!
Cookies! Everything.
Saffron is great and both sweet and savory.
It smells incredible. Honestly, we've all been over there talking about how much we love saffron. If you've never tried it, it actually might be that hidden ingredient in some of those gourmet meals that you go to when you have that really expensive restaurant. Those like the French use it in the bouillabaisse, and you can find it in any of that yellow, like true yellow rice.
Right.
That's the flavor that you love, and a teeny tiny little bit goes a long way.
That's
I know that you guys are saying that, but sometimes people go, wait a second, $34 for a little, because a teeny pinch is all it takes.
It's a lot for 34. It's a lot. It really is. That amount of saffron could last somebody a year or two. It really does go a long way. And a lot of what you do is you'll put it in liquid first. It allows its you know, the scent and the color to render out into the liquid. And then you just add it in. Okay, so I'm going to update you already. We started with 360, I have 300 left. So this is gonna go very, very fast. It's free shipping and handling. It's even on FlexPay, $11.65. If you've never tried it, if you wanna elevate a dish, let me just tell you, and it's pretty much across the board. Eggs, it can be pastries, it could be anything, because when people taste it, they can sense it's there. They don't know exactly where it comes from, but you can taste it in the back of your throat, up through your nose. It's so amazing.
It adds a rich, sometimes people will describe it as like, it's almost like a buttery, chickeny. You know what I mean? Like when you add a really good chicken broth, it's even more
deeper,
rich than that. And of course, it doesn't have any sort of meat in it. So
it has this amazing fragrance. Yes, it's almost incredible. It's floral. It's ethereal. It elevates a dish to sophistication that you really just don't get anywhere else.
No, it's
so we're finishing up our dish here.
Let's toss some butter in there.
Yeah, we got to toss some butter in there.
This is, all right. Hey, listen, you know it's the weekend. You can enjoy yourself when it's the weekend. It's not actually the. I think Valentine's Day is a weekend day, by the way. You're supposed to be able to do whatever you want. Talk to me about how it's harvested and the effort that goes into getting this, because I know it's not easy for the farmers. There's no machinery that can do this, correct?
That's absolutely correct. All of this saffron is hand harvested and hand cultivated, and we hire Afghan women to pick and harvest the saffron.
Oh my gosh. All right, 250 now remain. We're going to put a 5-minute clock up. It's going to sell out, there's no doubt. Can I try one of the cookies too?
Please try the cookie.
All right,
well, and then the aromatic of being able to smell this rice and then tasting the cookie with delicious.
So this is a saffron almond cookie. It's actually a soft and chewy cookie. So Shannon,
and you just put some saffron threads on the top.
So the saffron threads are actually infused inside the cookie, which is really how you want to use saffron. So saffron is not something that you garnish on at the end, but it's actually mostly in the beginning.
See, it's hard to explain the flavor of saffron. It's amazing. Like I said, Kimberly and I were talking earlier. I said it's like truffles. There's not really anything out there that tastes like a truffle.
Nope.
Truffle is a depth, and it's very, but it's easier for me to explain truffle because you can talk about the forest and woodsy and things like that. With saffron, even though it comes from a flower, it's like a deep, intense floral. You know what I mean? It's like really, really, like if you could take a flower and concentrate it deep, deep, deep down to its like deepest level. All right, hello. All right. My producer Kyle's up there right now going, why can't I have Guy's job today?
Well, okay, while Guy is in heaven right now for Valentine's Day, these are going to sell out.
It's one of the greatest things you'll ever eat in your life.
Oh my goodness.
It's so good. When you said rich and buttery, and are you going to try it?
Yeah, I'm going to try this.
You have to. This is like, this shows the saffron. When it's, I like it when it's heated because it opens up. It's just, oh my God.
So there's so many different applications for it. So here we have a risotto alla milanese, which is something that is cooked in the northern parts of Italy. We also have it in French bouillabaisse over here. And let's not forget ice cream.
Yeah. Come on, Kimberly, bring out the ice cream. She's going to the fridge.
All this is just rice and saffron and butter.
You don't mind if I put a little cheese on top of there, do you?
Some Parmesan cheese.
Chef, you don't mind if I put some cheese? No, he's over there. Put the cheese on. Put the cheese on.
So
we have some ice cream for you as well.
How fantastic. Guys got a whole meal of saffron and...
Can I?
Absolutely.
You don't mind if I use the same yours, sweetheart? You know, I'm going to use the same fork.
I love the beautiful packaging as well.
Little saffron threads show up in this ice cream.
Just want to also add that saffron has always been the historical choice of spice for kings and monarchs, and so you see that beautiful spice in that ice cream or in the rice, and that's why.
200 left with folks online, actually about 140 left with the folks online. It's going very quickly. You know what I would say to folks that have never...
incredible.
A lot of people have heard of saffron, and you'll know when you go into restaurants, and we'll see Shannon in just a sec. Shannon, I'll save you some. I'll save you some cookies. You know when you go into restaurants, all right, you see this beautiful saffron, and it's used in Spanish dishes. You've seen it in paella. We talk about bouillabaisse. You and I were talking, I was watching the Andrew Zimmern the other day on his show. And he was in Italy. He was in Sicily, and they were making arancini. Arancini, which are the rice balls, which are stuffed with meat. And he was saying the guys who know how to make it in Sicily use saffron, because that's what makes, as arancini means orange, and that's what makes it look like an orange. And it's so amazing, like the history of this spice, going back so many years. I mean, you can't even track how many years this has been around. But keep in mind when they harvest. Will you tell everybody how they harvest it? What do they have to do?
So it's a saffron crocus sativus, and what happens is that it's grown once a year, and it flowers once a year, and then you have to pick the flowers from the bulbs, and they get taken to our 3 processing facilities in Afghanistan, where we have hired over 300 Afghan women and partnered with over 90 farmers. And each flower has 3 stigmas, so each one of these stigmas here there's 3 of them that come from one flower.
So let's show you. If I can grab them, they're so tiny. And remember, there's 3. That's essentially what comes from a flower, guys. And that's what has to be harvested by hand. So not only are they delicate, but they're amazingly intense. And when you put this in water, whether you put it in warm water or a stock like we did, you'll watch what happens and you'll see the color start to come out. and then you'll get that aroma. I was telling Kimberly and our chef that has been working with us here about that mussel dish that I had.
Oh,
and so
oh my gosh.
I had a chef that would take mussels, reduce them down, boil the mussels, take them out, reduce the liquor down to about 1 inch in the pan. Then he would add cream and garlic and all that, and wine and all that stuff. And then he would add saffron. And the whole thing would just open up, and he would serve it over tagliatelle with cheese. And the owner of my restaurant looked and was like, that's one of the greatest dishes I've ever had. And it's because of the saffron. The saffron makes all the difference. You can make bouillabaisse if you don't put saffron in it, or you can't make paella without saffron.
No, you can't make paella without saffron.
Right?
You can't make tagine without saffron.
No.
But I do want to talk to you a little bit about...
Yeah, tell us what you did here.
Right, so there are a couple ways to make sure that you have good saffron. The first thing, as Guy mentioned, you want to take a look at the saffron, do a visual inspection to make sure that all the threads are dark red and that they're individual and they're not sticking together. Then we also have this test where we have saffron as from our competitor, which is on the right-hand side, and then our saffron on the left-hand side. And here you can see very clearly that there are some not-so-real threads on the competitor side. There's some saffron threads. They're not really threads that are blown up and they kind of turn clear. And that water is this kind of dirty orange color. Yeah. Whereas the Rumi spice saffron, which has been, both have been there for 15 minutes, is a bright yellow color. It's a golden, gorgeous color. And that's the color that you should be looking for.
That's what you're supposed to. Okay, I got 100 left. My producer Kyle says we're gonna go a little bit longer just so we can take care of everybody. But when you order it, I love your packaging. This is, so if you're gonna get this as a gift for somebody, if you have a gift-giving occasion, a birthday or something, take a look at how beautiful the box is, right?
Yep.
It's gorgeous. And then of course, when you open the box up, there's a card inside. You don't mind if I do it?
Please do.
It talks about your mission, your goal, your mission statement, which I went on your website. It's so great. If you have anything, you go to Rumi Spice and
RumiSpice.com.
and you look at how it helps people. And you know, when you think about the history of our relationship and the world's relationship with Afghanistan and everything, and there's been some great movies about it that have explained what's going on there and what's happened to the people there.
Right.
We all can contribute. We can all help. So by elevating your food, you're going to be elevating the living situation for folks that really could use our help.
We're providing economic opportunities for these Afghan farmers who make up 80% of Afghanistan's population.
It's beautiful. It is regal. It's called the Queen of Spices for a reason, because it truly is. It's absolutely, that and truffles, my two favorite things on this planet. And I was never a big truffle fan, but now I've learned how to use it. This stuff I've known for years. So anyway,